Cultural differences should not separate us from each other, but rather cultural diversity brings a collective strength that can benefit all of humanity. Hi, my name is Cass and I am slow travelling in Goa. Slow travel enables me to delve deeper into the cultural blending within this state. Now, the best way to discover the intertwine of customs is to visit Divar, the secret island away from the tourist trail. Historically, Divar was colonised by the Portuguese, but nowadays it is a cultural melting pot of Indo-Portuguese culture, represented in the churches and temples. The history is harrowing, but today I will focus on the cultural acceptance that this island now offers. Once upon a sunny morning, I jumped into a taxi and left the tourist resort behind as I headed towards the port of Old Goa. On arrival at the port, the taxi driver drove the car onto the boat. He arrived safely on the island and began this cultural blended exploration. So the temple by the beautiful waters, I've seen representations of a couple of gods here. First one, Xavier. Xavier is the destroyer and the creator of life. And also the elephant god, Ganesh, who removes our obstacles. Oh, isn't it just gorgeous? And it's really nice to see local life here in the old Portuguese houses and passing the churches. So the local life, it's so peaceful and integrated and culturally blended with two different religions. Amazing, amazing. And of course I've got my bindi. And that's turmeric. I got my blessing at the temple. After exploring the Shiva temple, I jumped back in the taxi and headed to temple ruins. A grand Shiva temple was destroyed during 1664, and all that remains of it today are these ruins. Opposite to these ruins was a street food stall. Oh, cheers! Oh, proper Indian chai on the island of Divar in Goa. After tea, I jumped back in the taxi and headed to Our Lady of Pity Church. So here we have church, temple, actually in the same screen. They are just
next to each other, culturally blended, piece by piece. Amazing. Beautiful, what a feeling, right by the sea. So a lot of the churches and temples seem to be closed, but I think for me it's more about, you know, the ambience, the religion being side by side and all mixed together with the beauty and the local people and the local ambience of a village on an island. I'm loving it here, absolutely loving it. Does it say that it's open? Ah, so the island, it's so beautiful. I love everything about it. I love the representation of it. I love the beauty of it. It's just so gorgeous. I'm actually one of these that can really go into slow living and just relax here and enjoy the island. My taxi driver seems to be in more of a rush and wants to get off the island, so it's a bit, oh, you know, because I would like to sink into it a bit more. I think it's one of these, once you've kind of seen a few temples, a few churches, that's it, it's time to get off. But for me it's like, no, let's just deepen into it. I can't remember the last time I was on an island. I'm just loving it. So I'm just sitting in a cafe and we'll see what happens next. Okay, so actually they're only serving meat here and pure veg. I suppose the truth is we've probably seen as much of the island as we can. I would just love to sit somewhere and just enjoy the island, but maybe the taxi driver's right, it's just time to leave now. Because if we go over to Old Goa now to the mainland, there is an amazing church we can see, and there's more choice of restaurants and pure veg restaurants. So yeah, maybe it's time, it's just me. I just want to stay here and want to stay peaceful. And when we were at the Our Lady of Pity Church, there were a big group of Indian tourists. Well, there weren't, there were 4 of them. And they were just extremely loud with their bikes, and this island is so quiet that it kind of makes you a bit jittery when it's very quiet, and then all of a sudden there's loads and loads of noise, and now we just kind of want to settle back into the island after that incident perhaps. But it's okay, we'll move on, it's okay.
And with that, I jumped back in the taxi and headed to the port, all ready to go to the mainland and see the Basilica Church in Old Goa.
So we're going to drive on the boat. It's very difficult, isn't it, this drive on the boat? Here we are, we're leaving the island. Bye-bye, Divar. I'm so attached to you, so attached to this beautiful island. 2 hours of paradise for me.
Galta.
That's a small chariot. Yeah.
Hello.
Shanti Durga is known as the Chariot Festival. This festival is dedicated to Goddess Shanti Durga, who represents strength and protection.
So I managed to drag myself away from beautiful Divar Island. Gosh, I don't know where it was. I just felt so emotional about how nice it was. I think it was the combination of the beauty, the equality, the local life, beautiful temples, beautiful churches. But I'm very happy here in Old Goa. I'm at what I think is called the Basilica Church anyway.
This church is a Catholic basilica located here in the Konkan region of India. This iconic pilgrimage centre is recognised by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site. It holds the remains of St. Francis Xavier.
As soon as I left the church, my camera battery ran out. But anyways, after the church, I just went here for lunch. I sat in the pure veg section, so that's really good. So yeah, lots of facilities in Old Goa by the amazing Basilica Church. So I'll show you around a little bit. So yeah, they're selling ice creams. Hello. And they're selling some ornaments. Let's have a look at the ornaments. They've got an orm one there at the Basilica Church. As I say, it's very culturally blended. Yeah, nice. So I couldn't actually show you the food, what I ate in this restaurant. I will show you in it though, simply because my battery was charging. So yeah. And there's a shop here, like touristy shop. So yeah, I got a few facilities here, yeah.
After seeing Old Goa, I jumped back in the taxi and headed home to my resort. But an incident did happen. Since the driver wanted me to leave Divar Island quickly, I soon came to realise that he wanted to rush to other jobs. This in turn caused me to feel rushed, and as I arrived home, I rushed out of the taxi and soon discovered that I left my phone in the car. From this incident, I have learnt that my mind is important and I should not rush myself for anyone. I was the initial customer and should have asserted myself about that. After all, this trip did cost 4,000 rupees. So the big question is, did I get my phone back or not? I do tell the answer in my behind the scenes clips, which you can sign up to. See the buy me a coffee link below in the pinned comment section to find out how you can sign up to seeing behind the scenes of my phone drama.